at a very young age, I knew what I wanted. I remember there are cases where I would go to church on Sunday crying because my mother insisted on me wearing a certain dress. I do not now make the business priority. So how do I balance? I know what I need to do first.
Hi guys, hope you're doing well. Hope you are thriving. My name is Doreen. You're welcome to the channel if you're new here, and if you've been here for a while, you're welcome back. So we've been doing a series called Tales of Motherhood, and we are introducing a new segment in the series called Mothers in Business. And with me is a dear friend of mine, Lois, who is going to introduce herself briefly, and then we get right into the discussion. Yes, Lois, good to
Hi
have
everyone.
you here.
It's good to be here.
Yes.
My name is Lois Atuhire. I am married to a very good man. We have two lovely children, a boy and girl, 9 and 6 years.
Wow.
I am the owner and creative director of a clothing store in Bara called Lois Rita Fashion Store.
Wow.
We tailor all kinds of clothes.
And I think you tailored this beautiful outfit.
Yes, please.
Yes. Where are you located?
We are located on Baguta Street, Musime Mukama Arcade, second floor. Shop number is S12.
Yes. Good to have you here, Lois.
It's good to be here.
Yeah, so I'm going to put Lois's details so that if you want to tailor anything from jumpsuits, from wedding clothes, you made a beautiful gown the other day. If you're a bride and you want to make a gown, anything that you'd like to tailor, you can reach out to her to make for you a beautiful outfit. Yes, so like I shared at the beginning, we are doing Mothers in Business. As you've heard, Lois is into the fashion business, and we are going to share basically how she is going about the motherhood journey while in business. Yeah, but before we start, we are going to have an icebreaker. Would you rather your child learn the importance of collaboration from you or the power of independent decision making? Yes.
That's a tough one, but right now I am independently making decisions.
Okay.
So I admire collaborative efforts where you get to work with so many other people. So it means there are three brains. I believe in two can go further than one.
Yes.
There are so many people bringing ideas, so you're able to grow. But for me personally, would I rather my child learn something from me? Yes. I would want my child to explore. I would want my child to know, because also with independent decision making, you're able to make decisions quicker.
Yeah.
You're able to lead. There's no bureaucracies. You're able to lead where you want your business to go. So I would want my child to explore. So as she grows, I guess I would be speaking to her about both the pros and the cons, and let her make a decision.
Oh, that's amazing.
Depending on personality also, because I think it's more to do with personality types, because she might, I don't know what her personality is right now. Yeah.
So she may decide to go more collaboration or be independent. Yeah, but that's a good answer. Yeah, so you told us that you own Lois Rita Fashion Store.
Yes.
Have you always known that you're going to end up in business? Like, when you're growing up, were you the fashionista of the home and all that?
Growing up, I never knew I would end up in the fashion business. But I guess my mother spoke it into existence. As kids, I think I was more interested in dressing up at home. I loved dressing up. At a very young age, I knew what I wanted. I remember there are cases where I would go to church on Sunday crying because my mother insisted on me wearing a certain dress. By like P3, I did not want to wear dresses anymore. I would turn my dresses into skirts and fold the top part and push it inside. And then with shoes, I would be wearing, I have a long foot and my mother has a smaller foot. So I think by the time I was in primary, we were wearing the same shoe size, so I would steal her heels and wear them. I was really interested in dressing up, and I remember my dad had a business where he used to make school uniforms for children, for schools, tenders, and he wasn't a tailor, but he had tailors who would come at home and they would be working. So I would learn from them what to do with the machine. Most of what I knew, the basics, I would just watch what they were doing and then ask them, where do I put the needle, where do I do this, how do I do this? And then I would make dresses for our dolls, the dolls we used to make in banana fibers. But I did not think this is where I would end up, because it wasn't a thing then of, you'd think tailors are people that dropped out of school, because that's what they were back then. So it never crossed my mind.
Wow. And then God led you here.
Yes, and I'm here. I graduated, I studied administration, and after school, in the first year of marriage, God rest his soul, my dad passed on when I was in senior one, but the machines they used to use, the tailors that you would come home used to use, stayed at home. And my mother was not interested in that kind of business, so they were locked up somewhere in stores. And when I was at home, I think my baby was around 4 or 5 months, my firstborn, and I had the boutique, and I would spend the whole day seated doing nothing. And I felt so unproductive. Like I would wake up in the morning, I even bought a mattress where I would put it in the corner of the shop and sleep because I'm bored waiting for clients. And then I remembered, the thought just came in my mind, there are machines at home. Why don't you call mommy and she puts them for you on a bus, and you remember how to thread the machine, to operate a machine. Why don't you just send for the machine and start to work? And I called her, she's like, I don't know if they are still functioning, and she just picked them the way they were, rusted, and gave them to me. Sent them on a bus, and I started learning on YouTube. Like I would watch videos, make dresses for my baby, watch this, make dresses for some of my friends, make for my mom. I think my mom was my first client. She believed in me so much, and I would make for her things, and then she'd be like, my friends are telling me that I am so smart, yet I was like learning these things from scratch on YouTube. And that's how I became a tailor, and now I have a business.
Oh wow, what an amazing inspirational story. A story of resilience, and a story of getting out of your way, of refusing to settle. You're like, I have to do more, even with my child being here. So we are going to get into the discussion of motherhood and business. Basically, like, how do you deal with both? So how do you define a good balance between your business life and your personal life, and how have you achieved it?
Now, on that question, there are so many misconceptions, like where people see you and admire you, and they're like, "Hey, Bambi, I think Lois has made it." Then, but just to correct something, I honestly think a good balance is priorities. For me, there's a scripture I read this morning, 1 John chapter 2, verse 15 to 17. Do not love the world or the things in the world. If anyone loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the desires of the flesh and the desires of the eyes and pride of life is not from the Father, but is from the world. And the world is passing away along with its desires. But whoever does the will of God abides forever.
Amen.
Having priorities, what do I mean? For me, business is not my priority. My priority right now, honestly, right now in life, my priority is the Proverbs 31 woman. A woman that is trusted by her husband. Her children call her blessed. She considers a field and buys it from her profits. She extends her hand to the poor. and the needy. Now, when you have your priorities straight, there's something about that shifts. You are able to know, because I don't think there's a balance. But when you know what your priorities are, so for me, my priorities above everything else, I love the Lord. So my priority number one is to serve God. My priority number two, before anything else, is my husband and my children.
Okay.
So the business comes in as number three, because I know that the Proverbs 31 woman considers a field and buys it from her profit. But I do not now make the business priority. So how do I balance? I know what I need to do first. It's not a thing of there's even like a question about it or anything. I remember when I was pregnant with my second born, I closed the shop.
Wow.
Completely and went home, because I realized I could not do it all. Right now, I know that my children are a priority. If this business stops me from focusing on my children, trust me, I will not even blink. So I don't have a thing of saying I balance. For me, I just know what my priority is. And my priority is not the business. I focus on the business, yes, because I want to be able to give to the poor. I want to have money to be able to support my family, my neighbors. I want to be able to give to the work of the Lord. But it's not the priority. Yeah.
Oh, wow. What an amazing way to answer that. That it's not about balance, but priorities.
Yes.
And indeed, like you've said, once you have your priorities straight, it's so easy to juggle
It's so
them.
easy to juggle.
Yeah, because you reach a point where like the children have gone away, but now your business now can come and be the priority, or like when you finished all the other important things, now you can focus on the business. That's an amazing answer. How important has it been to delegate tasks or outsource when possible to make time for your family?
Okay, number one, I plan. I before before the Holy Spirit changed my life, I used to be a very anxious person. When I have work that is not complete, I am anxious, extremely anxious. So I plan. I know if you have ever come to my shop, you know that I do not take on what I cannot do. I have a plan. I know that I am only at the shop for a few hours, so I should be able to finish my work within that time. And then the other thing is that I have trainees. Some people know that I train girls, though I take on a few girls. The vision of my business, the overall picture is I am a girl's girl. So the overall picture of my business is to support young girls, is to have girls that earn a good income, girls that are able to give, girls that are able to take care of their families. That's the vision of my business. So I allow my girls to make mistakes. I allow them to grow. I will actually, I'm not someone who struggles to delegate. So I give them the work.
You give them the tasks.
I give them the tasks to do. And when they make a mistake, I keep telling them, when you make a mistake, you remove, we start again. And so the only way you're able to delegate is when you trust them to actually do the work. So I delegate. I do not struggle. I delegate. Yes.
Oh, that's amazing.
Because otherwise, if you have to do everything for yourself,
so for you to be able to prioritize God and prioritize your husband and your children, planning number one, and then being able to freely delegate, but delegating to people whom you've trained to do the work right. I think that also gives you a confidence of like, even if I'm not here, I know that the people I've trained to do the work.
It's not a do or die.
That's amazing. So what is one piece of advice you would give to your younger self about starting a family while building a business?
One piece of advice I would give to myself is pray, seek the Lord.
Wow.
Seek the Lord. Guys, if you do things on your own, it is very hard. I remember days that I struggled in my own strength, and those were difficult days. So one thing I would give to my younger self is, you got this. Trust God. Don't put your trust in people. Don't put your trust in availability of resources. Trust God to lead you and be obedient. You know, there's trusting God, and then He tells you to do something and you don't do it. Be obedient to God.
Oh, that's amazing. Pray, seek God, and trust what He tells you to do. Yeah, so what are some of your biggest challenges in balancing a demanding fashion business with raising children? Yeah, and how are you mitigating them?
Now, like I began by saying that for me, I know what my priorities are. So I don't even categorize my business as demanding. I decide whether it's demanding or not.
Okay.
So the biggest challenge, of course, is that in Bara, we are still struggling in the fashion industry. Well, I know that many of the people in the fashion industry, we still have so many struggles to do with clientele, with how many clients come in. So my biggest challenge right now is that I take on so much. Like I said, I make everything to make ends meet, to bring in profit. You are from gowns to dresses to men's clothes to, you know, I do so much. So my biggest challenge is not having a niche.
Oh.
So what I would do to mitigate that is to, in the long run, I hope, and that is what I'm working towards, to having a niche and saying, Lois Rita Fashion Store only does this. And then when you find your niche, then you focus on that one thing. Right now, we are all over. So I would want, yes. So I would want to find my niche and focus on that, and then grow the business in that direction. It's the biggest challenge, really, that you find all year round. You know, we have seasons here. They tell you Christmas season, people are paying school fees, parties are no more. When we are fasting during the Lent period, there are no parties, things like that. And so when the parties come, then you want to make money from the party dresses. So finding my niche.
Finding your niche is one of the biggest. And I think when you find your niche, you're going to now, like, when you focus on it, it grows and becomes even a brand on its own.
Yes.
Yeah. Any other challenges?
Challenges that to do with things I have no control over, things like clientele, the population in Bara. Maybe we are so many, but Bara people still buy from outside of Bara, still go to Kampala and buy from Kampala. But hopefully, I know in due time,
Yeah, but I think when you continuously give clients good products, like now I have heard and I have seen very many people like praise the work that you do. Yeah, so it will not be a challenge anymore. People will be knowing that if I want a beautiful dress, I'll go to Lois. If I want something, I'll go to Lois. On our way here, I was telling my husband that I already have the design of my graduation dress in Jan, and it is Lois who is going to do it because of the work that I've seen you do. Yeah, so you're doing an amazing job in the business, but also raising your children. You guys, when kids are presenting in church, the children are always there in front. Like, you're really doing an amazing job. Yeah. So what are some of your parting shots, like in regarding to running a business while raising children?
My parting shots, if you want to remember anything that I said today, for mothers out there, for women, seek God first. When you seek the Lord, everything else is going to align. Everything else will align. Even the business. I told you I used to struggle with anxiety. Like when I have work that is not complete, I am anxious. On Monday, I am stressed. I am speaking rudely to my children. My son normally tells me, when I'm chasing him and I come back home tired and I'm telling him to go to sleep, he's like, Mommy, today you're very cranky. Is everything okay? So
Yeah.
speaking rudely, it just overflows. But
To
when
the
you
family.
trust the Lord, when you seek God, everything else will align.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, there you have it. Thank you so much for
You're
carving out
welcome.
time
You're welcome.
to come and share with us those nuggets.
Yeah.
I'm sure a mother in business out there has picked a lot. So thank you for coming here. Yeah, so there you have it. Thank you for watching. I hope you've been encouraged, uplifted, and motivated to be the best version of yourself. Bye. See you in the next one.